Hey everybody, recently I was mentored by a very powerful leader. It wasn't my dad, it wasn't Ray Ho or Henry Clay, a few of my long-term mentors. It wasn't any of my Japanese mentors or any of the other incredible navigator mentors who shaped me through the years. No, this mentor was different. This mentor was a beach bum. And this mentoring session happened on the shores of the Baja Peninsula in Mexico, and a place that looked a little bit like this. Yeah, this is where my mentoring session took place. Let me tell you the story. From the shores of the Baja Peninsula came a man who looked like he just wandered out of a Jimmy Buffett song. He didn't have a title, he didn't have a team, he didn't know my name, but he had the kind of wisdom that you only get from years of sun, sand, and questionable footwear. My son and I had taken our beloved Jeep Wrangler out for a beach run. And after half an hour of exhilarating speed and sand flying everywhere, we found ourselves stuck in deep sand. And to add to our anxiety, we were 15 feet from the edge of the sea. And we thought, oh, the tide is coming in. So cue the dramatic music and mild panic. We tried everything: digging, pushing, engaging the four-wheel drive, backwards, forwards, nothing worked. So I sent Josiah into town to run into town and find help. I was ready to trade our Jeep for a donkey if I could find one. And he came back with this flip-flop wearing, tan, long hair, expat American surfer dude. It looked like he had just finished a yoga session on a paddleboard or something. But this was my mentor. Hanging out of his truck, he said to me, "Brah, looks like you got yourself in some trouble. I've been there before. It's all good." And then he said, "I checked the tide tables. Tide's going out. You're all good." His laughter and reassurance, I could just reassured me so much, and I could feel my blood pressure coming down. Then he gave some advice. He said, "Dude, dig under the frame, not under the tires. Do it until you can see daylight underneath the vehicle. Then go in reverse and keep your speed up." He was explaining things as if he was teaching me how to make the perfect fish taco. Then he said, "Hey, I got to take my girlfriend to her part-time job, but I'll be back in half an hour. And if you're still stuck, then I'll pull you out." Josiah and I, we just began to follow his advice step by step. And by the time he returned, we were high and dry, back on solid ground, in good shape. This experience really reshaped my understanding of mentorship. And there's a few principles I learned from my beach bum mentor I'd like to share with you. First, mentors don't take ownership of their mentees' problems. They keep you in the driver's seat. Second, they reassure you, they connect and reassure. They help you know that everything's going to be okay. Not with false hope, but with their lived experiences and transparency about their own failures in life and leadership. Next, they offer just enough practical, actionable advice, just enough to get you started. Next, they allow you to do the work. Growth, transformation happens in the struggle. My son and I now have incredible confidence that we can get ourselves out of the situation because he allowed us to do the work. And then lastly, they circle back. They circle back to check in. They circle back to celebrate. I remember the guy gave me a fist bump. He celebrated our win. And he also came back ready to support in case we needed more help. Sometimes the best mentors aren't the ones with titles. Who are they? They're the people who show up, who give emotional support, who speak truth, and then they still let you drive, and then they check in with you. For us, as we mentor the next generation of leaders in our organization for the advancement of the kingdom of God, keep some of these principles in mind. And don't forget my beach bum mentoring. But don't feel like you need to put on sunscreen or always eat grilled shrimp. So thanks so much. We'll see you next time.